Dear students, welcome back for another tutorial on Visual Studio Code. In today's video, we'll be looking at some cool features of the Visual Studio Code which can help you increase your productivity. We have briefly talked about the Emmet feature of Visual Studio Code, but in today's video, I'll be sharing with you a lot more which can help you write efficient code. So let's start with it. So the first uh, tip which I may have shared with you previously is that when you type the exclamation sign, uh, the emit abbreviation appears, and when you press enter, a skeleton HTML code is automatically created for you. So this is the first tip that you can utilize as a web development student. Then uh, if you want to just quickly test your web page and want to add some sample text to it, so what you can do is just type lorem and it would automatically create this sample text for you, which you can render in your uh, web page. Let's see. Uh, so if I just okay, so you can see the on the right side, the sample text has been rendered by our live server. Uh, this is uh, this can be changed as well. For example, if you are trying to create a paragraph and you typed p tag and then you want to add this a certain amount of text, then you can always use lorem and you can specify the number of characters. So if I say only 5 characters and I sorry lorem 5 and I press tab, it creates 5 words of text for me. I can use sorry I can also use lorem, let's say 10, and press tab, and it would create 10 words of text for me. So I can just show it to you. You see, now those um, first 5 words and then the 10 words have been represented in the paragraph tag. Okay, so this is one cool feature that I wanted to tell you. Actually, this sample text is normally used for rapid prototyping when you are creating your page and you just want to put something to visualize the structure of the page. Especially when there is no actual data available for you to display in the web page. So this sample text is normally utilized. Okay, another cool feature if you are creating lists. Okay, so what normally we do is we create, let's say, let's delete this first. We create, for example, ordered list. So I then create the list items for it. So uh, let's say item 1, and then I can say another list item 2, and so on. Okay. One other thing that I can do is just copy this and paste it again and again. So then I'll have to change these 3, 4, something like that. Okay, and if I save this, it should appear in my rendered page. You can generate lists as per your own like. So what you can do is uh, You can create uh, OL inside it list, and if I press tab, it should create an ordered list with one list item, and I can just type in something into it. Okay, I control S it, it gives me the rendered results. I can also type OL, and inside this OL I need 5 items. Sorry, 5 items. Okay, li steric 5, and if I press tab, it creates a list of 5 items for me, and I can just press tab to get to the items quickly. So item 1, okay, item 2, then item 3, item 4, and item 5. Control S, and the list has been generated. You can go on with this. You can create list uh, you can create list hierarchies with the same procedure, like ordered list. Inside it I have uh, list uh, two list items, and then I want to create another uh, ordered list which has list items 3. Okay, so if I press tab, it creates for me an ordered list which contains two list items, and each list item itself is an ordered list of 3 items. Okay, so let's create something. Let's add some text to it. Uh, item. So basically, this is how you create nested lists using the emit functionality. If I save it, it should be rendered. You see, for the outer ordered list, we haven't specified any text, so we can't see it. And the item values for the inner list are being displayed here. Okay, so I hope you get the idea how it can be done. Okay, so not only you can create lists of lists, but you can also create siblings with the list. So for that, you'll have to use the plus operator instead of the steric operator. So let's create an ordered list which includes, let's say, 2 items or 3 items, list items. And I also want to create an unordered list which include 5 items. So if I press tab, then it should create an ordered list which includes uh, 3 items, and inside the same ordered list I created an unordered list which includes 5 list items. Okay, so basically these list items and this unordered list, these are basically siblings. Okay, and if they are sibling, it means that the unordered list is basically nested inside the ordered list. So uh, let's put some values here. So if I save it, you should see the result. Okay, so Emmet is not only meant for creating list. You can basically create any HTML tag, and I'll give you an example of a div div tag. So if you want to create a div with certain class name, so I'll say let's say container, okay, and inside the uh, oh, let's just try this one, okay. So div dot container, if I press tab, div container has been created, and the you can see the class name, it's the container, okay. I can also specify ID, so Emmet will generate the same, like if I want to give uh, hash container, okay, and I press tab, so now the ID of this div tag is container, okay. So this is a cool feature. Then I can also create a div with some other tags inside it. So div dot, let's say container, and inside the div I want a paragraph, uh, plus I want another paragraph, uh, plus I want some uh, some headings, okay. So if I press tab, it created a div container for me, which contains two paragraphs and one file. So inside it, I can now type lorem, uh, let's say 5, press tab. Similarly, here I can type lorem 8, type it again. Okay, so now the 8-word text, random text has been generated, and here I can say Avid testing or something. Okay, so if I save it, it should appear in out. Okay, so these were just a few of the features that are offered by the module. Uh, this is not the end of it, but for this short video, we will just do with that. And now I'll share a few more quick tips, which are not Emmet specific, but Visual Studio provides it uh, to help you increase your productivity. So the first one is, if you want to, for example, cut and paste something. So for that, normally what we do is we highlight a line, and then we, for example, if I want to cut it, I press Control X and it cuts down. Okay. Well, in Visual Studio Code, you don't need to highlight the line. If your cursor is on a specific line, you just press Control X and it cuts the whole line, and you can paste it there. Similarly, if you want to just move a line, you press Alt with it, and you press the up or down arrow to move the whole line from one place to another place. Okay, and if I just save it, the code is compiled. Okay, so if you want to move a line, you bring the cursor to that line, and you press Alt with it, and you start moving it up or down using the arrow keys. Similarly, uh, mm, it can be done here as well. So I press Alt. You can see item 1 is being moved. Okay, so there you have it. Uh, in this ordered list, if I simply delete these items, there is another cool tip. If I want to just copy a line, I'll press Alt Shift and press down, so the line would be replicated. Okay. So this is not the end of Visual Studio Code or the Emmet module. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and hopefully in a later video I'll share more tips and tricks with you. Till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.